Hello today, class. How are we doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Eric?
Good.
All right. So, we've been covering World War II, guys. We've been going through the unit. The test is later this week. So, we're going to do some review for some vocab. So, I'm going to talk about 4 terms, guys. And I want you guys to tell me, we're going to go one by one. I want you guys to tell me, what they mean. And if you don't know what it means, then, try your best. Try to apply it somewhere in life where you think you might have heard it or sounded out. So, our first term is blitzkrieg. Does anyone know what blitzkrieg means? Can anyone tell me?
Blitzkrieg?
Blitzkrieg. It's all one word.
Creek?
Blitzkrieg. Krieg.
Blitzkrieg.
Does anyone know what that means?
It's a form of battle tactic that was used in the World War I or World War II wars.
That's pretty good analysis.
That's some good background information, Eric. Thank you. We're gonna cover it more in depth, but that's a good start. Next term is synthesize. Synthesize. Does anyone know what that means?
Imitation?
Imitation. Okay. Eric, do you off the top of your head? If you're synthesize, to synthesize something, it's hard to say. No, nothing. Okay, that's fine. Nationalism. We live in America. You guys probably hear a lot about nationalism.
What your country beliefs are, who you are, I guess, kind of the thing.
Okay, that's not bad. It's not just good. Using your context clues of hearing the word, making connections. That makes sense. All right, the last one is totalitarian. Do either of you guys know what totalitarian means?
Form of government.
It is a form of government. Does anyone else have anything to add? Because that's a pretty good definition right there. Okay.
I wouldn't have even thought of that.
All right, so we're going to go over the terms more in depth. So blitzkrieg, it's German for lightning war. It means to overwhelm the opposition with superior numbers and speed to earn a swift victory. And I know you guys are football fans, so you know of the blitz play in football. Well, that's where we get the blitz play in football. It's from blitzkrieg, the Nazi Germany tactic.
I remember you teaching that to us before.
Where you overwhelm, because in football you use the blitz play to overwhelm the offense. You're sending more attackers than they have blockers. Well, in blitzkrieg in war, you would send more attackers than they would have defenders. You would overwhelm them. So that's where we get that. Make sure you guys are writing this down, by the way, because you guys are gonna. We're gonna. I told you guys we're taking notes today, guys.
Number 1. How do you spell that first word?
It's blitz, and then it's Krieg. And it means lightning war, overwhelming the opposition with superior numbers and speed for a swift victory. All right, so the next term is synthesize. It means to chemically.
Can you spell that?
SYNTHESIZE. And synthesize, it means to chemically make something, typically by combining. And this was important in World War II because we stopped trading with the Japanese ever since, whenever they invaded mainland China, they went to Manchuria, we stopped trading with the Japanese. And so, therefore, they cut off trade with us. So we stopped giving them oil, and they stopped giving us rubber. They accounted for about 90% of the naturally occurring rubber production in the world. And therefore, with no rubber, the Allies had to make their own. So we synthesized the rubber. And how we synthesize rubber is underpinned by how we did it back in the 1940s. So kind of shows you, the trail there from synthesizing back in the war, and it underpins how we do it today. So nationalism. Oh, do you have a question?
Could you tell me that definition?
Synthesize is to chemically make something, typically by combining. And the next one is nationalism. Nationalism is, the definition of that is the love and support of one's country, whether or not it harms others. So in America, we probably hear it as like patriotism or, things like that, loving your country. But nationalism is like the extreme love of your country. We don't need, we're all on the same team here, guys. This isn't like a test or nothing. You're just taking notes.
He's trying to look at
I
my papers.
wasn't trying to interrupt the teacher so you can see what you wrote.
Oh, you can ask.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Okay, so we got that nationalism definition down.
Appreciate you, bro. I'll get you back in class.
I mean, I've got the definition right here. I can just tell you. Okay, and so our last term, totalitarian. It is a form of government that exerts almost complete control over the people.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Totalitarian. It is
Yeah.
a form of government that exerts the almost complete control over the people. You might also hear this, dictators. You might hear, about Joseph Stalin, Benito Mussolini. Hitler was fairly totalitarian. These rulers who rule with an iron fist. You might have heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that we've gone through those terms, what we're going to be doing is you guys are going to talk to one another. You guys are since you're two of the only ones in class today, we had a light class. You two are partners. I want you guys to each pick two terms and explain them to each other in your own words. So we have the definitions, but I want you guys to, I guess in a way, paraphrase it, to put it into your own words. So I'll give you guys, if you guys want to talk about it, which terms you want to use, just pick two of them and talk to each other about it. And I'm right here, so I'll listen in. So I make sure you guys are getting it right.
So you want us to say this another way?
Yeah. So put the definition into your own words. It's one thing to read it off the paper and just say it like that, but it's another thing to put it into your own words and describe it.
So blitzkrieg.
Are you gonna take the first two?
It's a fast way of overcoming your enemy by force and numbers.
Nice job, Pamela.
Yeah.
Nice job. Eric, do you want to take the next one?
Can I take any of them?
Sure.
Are we just doing one each?
You guys are doing two each. Since there's four and there's two of you.
Nationalism. In my own words, I would say it's an overwhelming support and love for your own country.
Okay. Nice job, Eric. Pamela, you got another one?
Synthesize, I guess.
Okay, and tell us what it is.
It's to use products to imitate something that is a natural thing, but you use products to make it be a real thing.
Okay. Yeah. You're taking multiple different things to make one new thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Eric, you got the last one.
Totalitarian.
Totalitarian.
I guess it's pretty much like how parents are to kids. They have complete control over them.
That's a good way to relate that. To your life. If your parents are, they give you as much of a leash as they want to give you, so they exert as much control over you as they can or as they want. So nice job. That's a good way to describe it. So, Pamela, you talked about blitzkrieg and synthesize. Eric, you talked about nationalism and totalitarian. So you guys have two extra sheets of paper there. What you guys are going to do is to draw your terms. You have one paper each to draw each of the terms. So you got two extra pieces of paper there. I want you guys to represent it non-linguistically. So you guys are going to draw it. I mean, you're not going to get graded on how nice it looks. You're not going to grade it on that. I just want you guys to be able to, not you, since you put it into your own words, I want you guys to be able to visualize it in your own words, you know? Right, draw it however which way that you like. And so we'll come back when you guys are done with that. All right, so you guys are finished up, you know, with your drawings. So Pamela, we'll go with you first. Go ahead and show me, show the class, show us, and describe it.
That would like be humiliating.
Well, good thing you're not getting grid on how it looks.
Well,
So.
I don't want to show everybody
Well,
my
I need to
horrible
see
drawing.
it. I need to see it. I need to show it. Show us. Show the class.
Yeah.
And explain it. So let's see. Okay, so we got the top one, synthesize. So tell us about that.
So my drawing for synthesize was, it's chemicals plus another component equals the tire, the rubber.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's tying it back to the example that I used in
Yeah.
class. That's a good one. And then what's the next one?
And the next one is the well, it's
Pamela, in the future, let's keep our drawing school appropriate.
well, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a battle. It's the Blitzkrieg, and it's a whole bunch of them charging at the only two defenders. And so
Yeah, but the
they're
defenders
like,
are saying some colorful language.
oh, well,
You know, I would love to hang these up in the hall, guys, but
can
I'm
erase
gonna, yeah, how about you get on erasing that, but you erase it after we look at Eric. And we have Eric show us his.
All right. So my first one was national. I'm gonna hold cover this. First one was nationalism.
Gotcha.
That's a man shouting USA, holding the American flag. You can't get more loving of a country and support of the USA than that.
Yep, that definitely covers the love and support of a nation.
USA. All right. My next one is totalitarian. It's a very poor drawing of, you know, totalitarian. If a cop is taking hold of a suspect, he has control over him now.
So you're saying that in a way, cops would have totalitarian control, you know, over people that they arrest. They have full control.
I would agree.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys defended.
Good one, Eric.
You guys defended your drawings well and used, you know, stuff that we talked about in class and your own personal examples and life and background information. That was pretty good, guys. So the last thing that we're gonna do here, guys, the second last thing is I'm gonna let you guys get on your phones, and I want you guys to look up synonyms and antonyms of your two terms, and you need at least 3. So you need 3 for each. So it's going to be 6 total. It can be 3 synonyms. It can be 3 antonyms. It can be a mix of the two. I don't care. I just want you guys to find some alike and some different words of your terms. Then we're going to talk about it again. So we'll come back once you guys get that looked up.
You know.
All right, guys, we're back. So, you know, again, we're going to start with Pamela. So Pamela, tell us, you know, you've got 2 terms there. So give us a term, give us the 3 synonyms or antonyms, and explain all 3. So, go ahead.
Blitzkrieg,
Yep.
aggression.
Okay, and what is that?
It's a synonym. I have trouble saying that word.
Okay, and what does it mean? Why is it alike?
Because it's forceful.
Okay,
So
that's yeah. I mean, you know, Blitzkrieg is you know, it's a fast pace.
Mm-hmm.
It's forceful. So aggression is, you know, it's aggressive. Okay, I get it. On to the next one.
Charge.
Charge. Okay, what is it? And explain it.
So I mean, charge could be a couple of things, but my thought was, like, my picture was charge. You know.
Okay, and so it's a synonym.
It's a synonym, and that was the fast part of it, you know, because that kind of means when somebody when someone yells charge, you're like, wow,
Yeah, they're charging
Yeah.
forward. Okay, all right. And what's your last one for Blitzkrieg?
Defender.
Defender. Okay, what is that? Explain it.
Well, because that's an antonym, and so it's the opposite. So instead of being aggressively charging, you're opposite of that, which is you're defending.
Okay. Okay, and what's your next term?
The next one is synthesize,
Okay.
and the first word is blend, and it's a synonym, and it means to mix together to make something, which is what
Yep, because
synthesize means.
yep, when we synthesize something, we're combining things. Okay.
to make one certain thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then an antonym is disorder. So
Disorder.
that's the opposite. It's disorder. There's no order to it. It doesn't make anything. It's chaotic. You know, it doesn't have any.
Okay, so instead of putting things together, things are put apart.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and your last one.
Consolidate. And consolidate is synonym, which means to put everything together.
Okay, so
To put it all into one compact thing to make one thing.
okay. All right, nice job, Pamela.
Oh, thanks.
All right, Eric. Still working on yours a bit.
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, give us your first term, and then the three synonyms or antonyms.
The first one would be nationalism. I'm pretty sure if I understand correctly, this first one would be an antonym. It's pronounced as chauvinism. Chauvinism?
Okay.
Chauvinism.
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 Okay.
That's what it is. It relates to. Is it synonym? Synonym?
Okay. Well, explain it. What is it?
It's pretty much like a prejudice to a nationality or a race, culture, pretty much.
Okay. So do you think, based off of that, what you know about nationalism, what we talked about, do you think that's a synonym or an antonym?
Wouldn't it be an antonym? Aren't synonyms similar?
Yeah, and I think it'd be a synonym because with nationalism, it's a love and support for one's country, whether or not it hurts other people, and so
I guess if you dove a little bit deeper into that one, you could argue that point, but we'll go on to the next one.
Okay.
The next one is, I'm going to butcher this, and no one's going to be able to get it. Jingosism. It's Jingoism.
Okay.
Joganism. I don't know.
Joganism?
Okay.
It's
What
close.
what does it mean, and what is it?
It's an extreme patriotism, and an aggressive or war-like policy state of mind, I guess.
Joganism.
No, I don't know. You're never gonna be able to get it.
Okay. And what's the next one? The last
The
one for nationalism.
next one is flag waving.
Okay. Is it a synonym, antonym, or
It's a synonym.
Okay, what does it mean?
It's an expression of patriotism in a populist and emotional way. So it's very bright, very obnoxious type of.
Okay. And for your next term, the three synonyms or antonyms, and what they mean.
Totalitarian. I can't remember.
Totalitarian.
Totalitarian. Jeez. First one I got is tyrannical. It is a synonym. Pretty much exercising power in a cruel or arbitrary way. So.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Typically, if you're in a totalitarian government, you've got some sort of dictator or tyrant at the top of it, kind of like Stalin, Mussolini, Hitler. That works.
The next one is an authoritarian.
Authoritarian.
Authoritarian. Too many IONs. I didn't write a definition down for this because it just said the same exact thing twice. So, from what I know, it's one main ruler who dictates and serves in a cruel and unusual way.
Okay. And your last one.
The next one is dystopian. It's related to the noting society where there is great suffering or injustice. That one would be a synonym.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, I gotta say, I think we've been having a pretty good day with the vocab. You guys have been doing really well. You guys have taken to it well. You know, good ways of explaining these things with stuff that we've learned about in class so far today, and your own background information and personal feelings. So, to end off today, we're just gonna go over those 4 terms again, and now you guys should be able to tell me what they mean. So, the first term, blitzkrieg. Can anyone tell me what that means?
It's charging into battle and defeating your enemy fastly
Okay.
and overly populating them.
Overrunning them.
Yeah, overrunning them. Yeah.
Okay. Nationalism.
It's a complete love and support of your own country.
Nice. Totalitarian.
A dictator over you who doesn't let you make your own decisions, basically.
Okay. And the last one, synthesize.
Chemically make something by forcing 2 bonds together.
Nice. Well, you know what I gotta say, guys, we had a good day of vocab. Thank you guys so much for buying into this. Hope you guys have a nice rest of your day. Have a nice day, class.